What's up guys, Josh here. Today I want to talk about a vehicle that has surprised me and probably surprised a whole bunch of other Ford fans. If nobody knew that Ford is trying to make a bunch of off-road versions of their vehicles, and they came out with something that I think that, is really cool. Like it's quite a shock to me. It is the all-new Ford Explorer Timberlane. Now, the Ford Explorer Timberline is basically like the Raptor version of the Explorer. It's got like a whole off-road look, and it's got all the bells and whistles that off-road vehicles have. Except for the overhead lights, which the lights are installed in the middle. They are called the Ford Performance Auxiliary lights, which are mounted in the middle. I'll talk a little bit more about it later on in the video, but anyway, it looks totally like a custom vehicle that would be made specially designed for off-roading, and technically it is. So we'll dive right into this. And it comes with a 2.3 liter EcoBoost, which I would assume is like the 4-cylinder of that engine, and along with that the vehicle comes with 300 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Now that right there is not all too exciting, but you never know what car enthusiasts can do. Just pop in a K&N filter and probably good to go. Probably get like 40 more horsepower to the wheel. Anyway, yeah, so it's basically like they're taking an XLT and they're making it like an off-road version of it. And along with that, it comes with a 10-speed automatic transmission, which is mostly the standard in today's pickup and SUV type vehicles. Mostly the bigger ones like the Tahoe and vehicles like that, and then the newer F-150s, to allow for like smoother and better shifting and like more aggressive gears, and if you wanted to. It comes with high sidewall Bridgestone dealer P265 65R18 all-terrain tires. I know that kind of sound like a lot of gibberish for those who really don't know too much about tire models and makes and things like that. And these tires come with a tread pattern that balances off-road traction and on-road quietness. So that means if you're cruising down the highway, you're not going to hear them essentially. So it's going to be pretty much like a normal, quiet, smooth ride that cars have today, and it'll just be as peaceful as wanting to enjoy the trail, whether you're just smoothly driving on it kind of slow, or if you're just whipping down at like 50 miles an hour like you got the best Jeep Wrangler or Ford Raptor or anything of that sort. And yeah, so it's quite interesting how like tires that are made for off-road are improving on their ride quality, and that's something that is really going to be a win on not only Ford but other industries as well, other car manufacturers. So vehicle also comes with a standard class 3 tow package that is limited to 5,300 pounds of towing capability. So it's probably like a mid-size rating to me, meaning mid-size meaning like it can pull a standard trailer or a boat or ATV, but it can't pull like a big and long trailer or anything like that. So the towing package, like I said, like you really can't like pull like a really long trailer or anything super huge that would be almost the size of an RV, but it can pull mid-sized stuff. So now, speaking of the lights, as I was talking about like briefly at the beginning of the video, are the performance auxiliary lights. Now those lights are 2.5 times brighter than the standard headlights, so they're reported to see basically like, I would assume probably, if anything, at least over half a mile out. They're probably like 2 times brighter than the high beams on the car. So that's quite interesting. Like basically they're kind of trying to, maybe, I don't really know, but eliminate the need for like an overhead light. All those crazy lights that you see on these off-road vehicles that are set to like light up almost the entire desert in the middle of nowhere. So I think that's what Ford is trying to do. So like somebody doesn't really have to do it unless they want to do it, and they can blind all the cars going down the street if they wish. But that's that with that. And so the hill descent control will allow this vehicle to maintain a speed in between 2 to 12 miles an hour. It enables the driver to focus on steering down uneven descents. So it's basically like hills and things like that. If you're going down a hill, it might, slow the car down to an extent, meaning you won't just go like flying down the hill like a roller coaster, and that's good. You don't have to put as much pressure on the brakes to keep the vehicle at a stable speed, and it's a good thing. It doesn't wear out your brake pads all that quickly, and that's a plus. This vehicle is still available to order, and it is expected to arrive at the local Ford dealerships in the summer, so like a month or two away. It'll start coming in, and people will be able to take a cruise or wherever on the road and see if people like the vehicle. But, I'm sure this vehicle is going to be a success because, it's an all-new trim and model, and it's specifically designed for off-roading, so that's like people, I guess, are looking for like all types of off-road vehicles, and car manufacturers want to do that for them. They want to give them that solution to be able to, enjoy, like if they go to campgrounds often, or, soccer practice, wherever they're going that has a lot of sand and dirt, they're more able to do so smoothly by having a vehicle more so designed for off-roading. And, that's a plus on Ford's part and customer's part. And yeah, so with that, this new vehicle comes with Torsion rear limited slip rear differential. Now what this does is it automatically sends torque to the wheel with the best traction and prevents the other wheel from spinning to help keep the vehicle moving. So it's basically a feature that helps the vehicle, like it basically prevents the vehicle from getting stuck. At least it tries to prevent the vehicle from getting stuck. Maybe you went through some type of mud, or maybe some type of mini quicksand, and it might send that extra torque to the wheel for you to get out and things like that. So or what it basically does, it kind of prevents the other wheel from spinning, and you're able to maybe get out. So it prevents the other wheel from spinning, and that can cause you to get out of a sticky terrain safely. So, that's good. So this vehicle starts at essentially $47,000. That's the standard price on like loaded mid-size SUVs and things like that. So some like standard pickup trucks and anything of that sort. With all that, the vehicle has suspension tuning and parts like that to have a better handling on trails or any type of off-road terrain that you might be driving on. It's got upgraded shocks, and the vehicle is a little bit lifted to allow for more off-road clearance. If you maybe come over like a little rock, or maybe a bunch of branches and you're afraid it might not clear it, it very likely will. But any car could pretty much drive over little tree branches, but it's pretty much just the point. Or it's maybe like a decent sized tree branch that as a car is going over it, it might a little car might get stuck. Obviously a Lamborghini Aventador or anything like that would not have as much clearance, and therefore might not be able to make it. But this Explorer can, most likely can, has a much better chance. So anyway, so let's see if we could see a Durango come out with a off-road version of that vehicle. That would be quite interesting. Or like, Chevy coming out with like an off-road Chevy Traverse. That would be funny if like all the other car manufacturers are inspired by Ford, and they decide to like basically come out with their own off-road vehicle. I was originally, it was kind of a little too late for my liking when I found out that the Ranger Raptor came out, which is like a little baby Ford Raptor, so to speak. Would have been a cool video, but I felt it was a little late for the timing. This Explorer, like I said earlier, I think is going to be a hit. It's basically like also like a Bronco Explorer, just by like the size of it, and kind of like a replica in a way, but they look completely different. So I think that's pretty much it. Well, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.